Good evening and welcome to the feedback segment of the program. My name is Faith Ayuba. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, was recently enlisted as a partner company of the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI, joining a group of over 65 extractive companies. On the segment today, we bring to you views of the impact of NNPC's enlistment as an EITI partner company.
And being a part of any EITI is going to give a global new interpretation to what NNPC is going to be going forward. You can't do this business unless you attract investment. And if NNPC is going to not have to depend on budget and then be able to attract investors to buy into their project, I think this will give them the type of credit worthiness, because the issue is being transparent.
What this means is that NNPC is now ready and willing to open its books, open its operations for wider scrutiny and for operations. And the benefit is huge. There will be investment trust. More companies, more countries will trust the NNPC. And the NNPC will become a bigger player in most EITI member countries, because they will now become one of the EITI brands. And it has a lot of benefits in terms of investment, in terms of public trust, in terms of better environment to do its business.
The corporation and Nigeria, by extension, is committing to greater transparency, and this will have an effect on contract transparency, commodity trading transparency, beneficial ownership, and all of those values that the EITI stands for.
When we had that information about the EITI naming NNPC as one of its 65 international partners, as a group, we were very, very elated about the news because of the work that the present management in NNPC is doing under the leadership of Mele Kyari.
Believe you me, if I have my way, if I'm the one that gives award, I will give Mele Kyari the transparency chairman of the year. Because when you talk of that you want to fight corruption, I don't believe fighting corruption is arresting people and putting them in prison. But when you put in place modalities that will stop people from exercising some of this corrupt art, I think it's the best. NNPC today, if with this development, I think it's one of the best company in the whole of this country today.
From the foregoing, the acceptance of NNPC as a partner company of EITI will translate to greater transparency and accountability to Nigerians who are the owners of NNPC. That's it on this segment. Stay tuned. Hello and thank you for joining us on this educative segment of the program. My name is Abigail Ojobo. Did you know that pipelines are one of the safest and most efficient shipment methods to transport crude oil, gas, and refined petroleum products? Did you know that filled tank batteries, product bulk terminals, refinery tanks, and holding tanks are some of the ways crude oil and refined products are stored? Did you know that natural gas is generally stored underground until it is ready to be transported to the market because of its large volumes and high pressure? Did you also know that depleted gas reservoir, salt caverns, and aquifers are common natural gas storage facilities? Now you know. Please don't go away.
Hello and welcome to Global Crude Oil Outlook. Oil prices were broadly stable as a massive hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico made landfall in the heart of the United States oil industry, forcing oil rigs and refineries to shut down. Brent crude oil futures for October rose 6 cents or 0.1% to $45.70 per barrel. The more active November Brent contract was virtually flat at $46.17 per barrel. United States West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures fell 8 cents or 0.2% to $43.31 per barrel. Hurricane Laura made landfall early in southwestern Louisiana as a Category 4 storm, one of the most powerful to hit the state, with forecasters warning it could push a wall of water 40 miles inland from the sea. Meanwhile, Market Intelligence Department of the NNPC's London office reports that oil futures diverged after choppy trading in a narrow range during the week, with investors shrugging off largely bullish data on United States petroleum inventories as Hurricane Laura approached, threatening a large chunk of the country's refining capacity. In its weekly report, the Energy Information Administration (EIA) said commercial crude stocks in the world's largest economy fell by 4.7 million barrels to 507.8 million barrels the week ended August 21. A rise in refinery throughputs and crude exports helped explain the draws, which outperformed many traders' expectations. And that's it on this segment of the program. I am Ovigo Okolo.
Now that we are very happy that we have somebody who's the GMD that has been part of Eiti at the local and the international level and knows that our work is not against the work of NNPC. Our work is actually complementary.
That's how the oil and gas distribution had been. We hope you found it delightsome. Takeaway, if you must take, is people, profit, partnership, and posterity. That's what GMD Military has said to the industry for greater good in the future. For the rest of us, let's keep the protocol. It's still the season of the new normal. Keep this date next week.